Welcome, my friends. If you follow this channel, you already know that layoffs are basically in full-on mode in technology companies. In fact, there has been so much layoff news that I have had difficulty finding time to cover anything else. You have heard about the 50% layoff at Twitter, the 11,000-person layoff at Meta, and the 10,000-person layoff at Amazon, and many others. Today we hear of news that networking giant Cisco Systems is laying off employees. Cisco is one of the older technology companies, and it has historically been more oriented toward hardware than software. But, under the new CEO Chuck Robbins, Cisco has tilted more toward software than hardware. Today's announcement marks something of a shift for Cisco. And, the company is saying that it is not all about reducing employee headcount. We need to take a closer look at the details and see how Cisco restructures its operations and what it does in the future. So, what does this mean for Cisco? What does it mean for technology companies? What does it mean for Silicon Valley? What does it mean for the economy? And, what does it mean for the future of the United States? But, before we get into all of that, please press the like button and leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Networking giant Cisco Systems has said it plans to lay off employees. It also plans to reduce some of its real estate. CEO Chuck Robbins said that Cisco is trying to right-size some of its business units. Robbins spoke to Wall Street analysts on Cisco's Q1 2023 earnings call. As expected, he confirmed plans to rebalance certain business units. That includes its collaboration segment. Cisco employees will be notified of the upcoming job cuts tomorrow morning, according to Robbins. There's nothing that's a lower priority, but we are right-sizing certain businesses, Robbins said about the extensive portfolio. Cisco is based in San Jose, California. The company expects to record pre-tax charges of around $600 million related to the plan. This includes severance packages and other time termination benefits. It also includes real estate-related charges. The charges are primarily cash-based. Cisco will recognize $300 million of these charges in its second fiscal quarter of 2023. And, then $200 million in the second half of fiscal 2023. The remaining charges will be recognized in the first quarter of fiscal 2024. Cisco is undertaking a limited business restructuring that will right-size our real estate portfolio, said Cisco spokesperson Robin Bloom. This restructuring will impact about 5% of the Cisco employee base. Robbins and Bloom emphasized that Cisco currently has open positions. This is not about reducing our workforce, said Robbins. In fact, we will have roughly the same number of employees at the end of this fiscal year as we had when we started, continued Robbins. The pending layoffs are not a headcount action driven by cost savings, said Cisco CFO Scott Herren. It's a rebalance across the board, he said. In fact, Cisco plans to move some displaced employees into current job openings in other business units based on skills, Robbins said. If you look at the number of jobs that we have opened in the areas that we're trying to invest, it's just slightly lower than the number of people that we believe will be impacted, Robbins continued. We are going to be working really hard to help match our employees to those roles, Robbins also said. Robbins also said that Cisco would be increasing its investment in strategic areas. For example, the end-to-end security segment will receive increased investment. Cisco's collaboration segment revenue declined 2% from the same quarter last year to $1.09 billion in revenue. Management attributed that decline to a decline in meeting occurring overall. The cloud calling and contact center segment actually grew from last year. Robbins emphasized that the Cisco collaboration business is strong. That was especially true of the calling and contact center. I actually am optimistic over the next 12 months about our collaboration portfolio, Robbins said. I think that the collaboration team built the best platform in the business, Robbins said. When you look at our devices and the interoperability with Microsoft, that's a huge thing from a customer perspective for flexibility, said Robbins. So, I think they've done a good job, Robbins added. And I feel pretty good about that business, Robbins also noted. This news of layoffs at Cisco layoffs comes just as many tech companies are cutting jobs. All CEOs are blaming the usual whipping boy, macroeconomic headwinds. If you follow this channel, you already know that tech companies of all sizes are experiencing layoffs. And, Wall Street analysts seem to be egging them on. In fact, some shareholders are pushing for more layoffs. Activist shareholder TCI Management has said that Google must take aggressive action to trim headcount and salary expense. TCI Management has a stake in the Alphabet valued at $6 billion. For those of you not already familiar, Alphabet has three classes of shares. Co-founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin still have complete voting control in the company. That is because, together, the two founders own almost all of the Class B shares. So, it is probably impossible for an activist shareholder to take control. 2022 has seen an absolute parade of layoffs in technology companies. Twitter laid off 50% of its employees. Meta laid off 11,000 employees. Amazon laid off 10,000 employees. Snap laid off 20% about a month ago. Google, one of the few large tech companies that has not publicly announced headcount reductions. Google headcount has increased at an annual rate of 20% since 2017, said the TCI letter. TCI says that this rate of hiring is excessive. Alphabet disclosed median compensation valued at $295,884 for 2021, which is also excessive, said the TCI letter. Historically, Google's compensation has basically been the gold standard in technology companies. We acknowledge that Alphabet employs some of the most talented and brightest computer scientists, the letter continued. But these represent only a fraction of the employee base, the TCI letter added. For non-engineering staff, the letter read, compensation should fall in line with other technology companies, the letter continued. TCI wants Google to increase its share buybacks. TCI says that Waymo has failed to justify its excessive investment in Waymo. Shares in Alphabet have fallen more than 30% so far in 2022. A year ago, layoffs at Google seemed unthinkable. But now it is seeming inevitable. Google CEO Sundar Pichai has set a goal for Google to become 20% more efficient. Reading between the lines, this means headcount reductions. After years of unbridled headcount and salary growth, Google is facing economic challenges like never before. Speaking at Code Conference in Los Angeles, Pichai cited examples of how merging two products into one would enable team size to be cut. Like other corporate chiefs, Pichai pointed out that there is economic uncertainty about the future. Ad spending, a primary source of Google revenue, has slowed significantly. The more we try to understand the macroeconomic, we feel very uncertain about it, Pichai said. The macroeconomic performance is correlated to ad spend, consumer spend and so on, he added. I cannot control macroeconomic factors, Pichai noted. But, the rapid headcount increase of the past few years has made Google slower. Google employees have become known for a practice, rest and vest. This practice depicted in a fictional TV show called Silicon Valley. Pichai said that he never saw that TV show. But layoffs at technology companies is currently the elephant in the room. Please leave us a comment below and hit the like button. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Please share this video on social media. Thank you for watching.